Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Uh,
afternoon,
mar
ma'am.
Ma'am.
Good afternoon. Marami-rami na tayo. So, uh, uh, let's get started. Hadot lang kayo ha. So, wait on. Um, supposedly here. Mm-mm. Um, for a while. All right. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Hello, good afternoon. Um, is the people from the other section here? Nasi Jano, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, okay, nasi Kate Pod, okay. So, hello everyone, good afternoon. For today, we are going to have lecture 12, which is editorial and column writing workshop. So, for today, we are going to have two parts. So, mostly the virtual meeting will consist of the lecture, and the second part will be the workshop itself. Okay, so while we are still people are still coming in, so let me start. Let me share my screen to you guys. Here it is. Can you see it? The PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So this is once again editorial writing lecture workshop. So the first part will be this virtual meeting, which is a lecture, and then the second part will be the writing or the workshop itself. Okay. So before we start, do you have any questions so far? Questions? Bago pag isugod question na din, ma'am. Sige, questions so far. Questions, guys. Girls. Guys, girls. Questions? None so far? None. Okay. All right. So let's go start. So before we go dive into what is editorial and what is an opinion, um, no, column article rather, we have to identify first or discuss first the editorial page. So if you have reviewed the example campus output that I've given to you through the group chat about the previous SPC Herald or the previous school year, the editorial page can be found at the back of the front page, or it can be found at the mostly in newspapers it can be found at the back of the front page or at the middle or the pages 3 to 4 if there are so many editorial articles in the newspaper. So the editorial page of any newspaper is the voice of the editorial staff and the readers. Okay, it expresses the opinion of whatever the management of the publication feels in relation to the present occasion. So basically, it's if we have news as based on facts, we have feature as based on stories, we have editorials as based on opinions. Okay, and what is the objective of an editorial? Basically, it aims to explain and interpret the news, to put it on its proper perspective, to analyze it, to draw conclusions from that analysis, and to persuade the readers to follow a course of action that the newspaper believes rather for the public good regardless of party interest involved. So basically it criticizes, it analyzes the problem, it draws conclusion or solution or whatever, and then lastly it tries to persuade the readers to take action. Okay, that's basically the purpose of editorial writing. But before we go to the next, the function of an editorial writer, let me ask a question. What is the difference between um, An editorial article and a column article and a column. What is the difference between an editorial and a column? Anyone? What is the difference? Guys, girls, children of the world, what is the difference? Hello? Someone? Hello? Wala mo tubag? Sige, unsa man guys.
I think, ma'am, column article is written by only a selected individual. Ako na-search karon.
Okay.
And about their opinions, or of their
Okay.
chosen opinions, or about their chosen topic. And sa editorial article kay mura siya, it's like an opinion of the whole.
The stand of the whole
Stand,
publication. All right.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Thumbs up for that. Okay, good job. 1 star. Okay. All right. So, the difference between an editorial article and a column article or column basically is the usage of the pronouns. We can generalize it. With an editorial, it uses generally we, and a column usually uses I. Okay, so that means to say that an editorial is the stand of the whole publication, while a column is the stand of an individual or a columnist. Okay, so that's why if you see, if you have newspapers, you can see a lot of columns in a section of a newspaper, and there are different individuals. Okay, the byline is by the individual and not by the editor-in-chief. So an editorial is basically can be written by anybody in the news publication, but most probably it will be written by the editor-in-chief. Okay, or the head of the publication, because he or she will stand for the whole publication itself. Okay, so that being said, that's the only difference between an editorial and and a column article. So aside from that, basically they have the same purpose. They have the same aim. They criticize the aim to evaluate a problem, an issue, and then they try to draw conclusions from it. And they have to, very importantly, persuade the readers to take action. What are we going to do with this? Okay. Then we have here functions of an editorial writer. So basically, it explains the news. Okay, although editorial writer only consists of opinion-based siya, it should not be dapat dapat siya facts. It also involves news as well. It fills the background, forecasting the future, and passing moral judgment. Okay, so we can see here an editorial writer should not be biased. They should know what is good and what is right, because probably they will persuade the readers to take action. So probably they should know what is good and what is the bad action to take. Another is that it's here. Okay, manto. Okay, then we proceed to the principles of editorial writing. So we have several principles that we can follow in writing our editorial article. So the Code of Principles emphasizes the scientific method in arriving at and presenting the truth. So basically, as I mentioned, although opinion-based ang editorial article, it should always be based on truth, not on policies, not on biases. Okay, so the editorial writer should present facts honestly and fully. Kanang walay kuskus balungos, walay missing nga fill in the blanks nga ikaw pa'y mag-guess unsay sakto unsay dili. And the writer should also be objective. Okay? Objective in a sense that the conclusions from the stated facts, basing them upon the weight of evidence and upon his considered concept rather, of the greatest good. The editorial writer should never be motivated by personal interest. Like for example, di ko ganahan ani nga ko ano nga president, so ako mangdaot ko niya based sa akong editorial. No. It should be for the greater good. The editorial writer should also realize that he is not infallible, mean to say dili siya perfect, naapod siya errors. At the same time, mag-commit pud siya og mga mistakes, especially on stating now the opinion on a certain issue. So dapat open-minded pud siya nga part. Also, an editorial writer should regularly review his own conclusions in the light of all obtainable information. So based on that, the editorial writer should be objective and based on facts. And they should also have the courage of well-founded conviction and democratic philosophy of life. So, kung mustan ka against ani, mustan ka against ani. The editorial writer should also support his colleagues on their adherence to the highest standards of professional integrity. And then we have this little bit overview of the types of editorial. Let me just walk you through it. So we have here informative. Those are which that gives information, review, or announce certain facts or events. So you have this example to review later on. We also have interpretative. Those which explains or bring out the significance of an event, situation, or idea. We also have editorials of crusade or reform. So those which criticize certain conditions, then suggest a solution or a change, or which just give a message of reform without necessarily pointing out a problem or a bad condition. Pwede po na siya. We also have editorials for special occasion, those which are written to give meaning to occasions such as Christmas, Labor's Day, Heroes Day, or other significant events like, for example, Valentine's Day. Pwede po na siya. Also, we also have editorials that praise or commend, or those that express appreciation for a worthy action and offer entertainment, those of which are written to give a light vein primarily to entertain readers. And we also have editorials of tribute. So this talks about a certain the topic is a certain person, that of which is very prominent at the same time. We also have editorial liners, those editorials that starts with one line. Kana ba tawag wala siya o kana ang iyahang headline is kanang one liner lang siya. They are short, witty paragraphs, either serious or light at the same time. So for example, kani siya nga mga example right here in the PowerPoint. And the most important part here is how to write an editorial article. So first, we have to understand the writing process. So basically, the writing process includes three basic parts. The first part is pre-writing. This is now we plan what to write. So you choose the topic. So you can choose to tackle any issues or events, faces appearing in the news, but try as much as possible to make the editorial acquire the following values. First is current and timely. So dili ka pwede nga magbuhat og editorial about sa pagkamatay ni Ninoy Aquino Bakaha or ni Ferdinand Marcos or something like that. And it's also be substantive, mean to say dapat na siya sulod, na siya information, na siya content. It also offers insight. Okay? That is kanang wala siya so what kanang unsay pakinako na ba so what ana bitaw. And then it should also be free of conflict of interest. Okay, then we have here obtain also background materials and information about your topic. So you have to observe, read, interview, or research about it. Identify your purpose and audience. So will it merely inform, or do you want to interpret, criticize, suggest, reform, urge readers to take action, or so on? So you can either choose to explain or interpret. You can either criticize, you can either praise or persuade readers to take action on a certain problem or issue. Then brainstorm your ideas. So if you have done your research, your gathering of information, you brainstorm your ideas. Finding your ideas, you can do free writing, you can do clustering, you can do diagramming or something like that. You can also do reading and journal writing. And next is you can organize now your information. So briefly outline your facts logically before writing the piece. So you choose the details, you order the details at the same time. The second stage is drafting na. So you have your information, you've done your research, you have your outline. The next step is to write the first draft. So editorials usually have three parts: the beginning, the body, and the end. Of course, na ang title niya, ang heading niya, ang headline sa editorial. That's very important. So how do I begin? That's basically the question. How do I begin, mom? I have all the information. I have the topic already. How do I begin? So you begin with the editorial lead. So like in news story, it is the showcase of the write-up. However, it is not considered the heart of the story unlike the news. Remember that editorials usually have three parts: the introduction, body, and conclusion. Compared to news which uses the inverted pyramid, which ang unod is naa lang sa taas tanan, you can, as spread out the information, the juicy information of your editorial article to the rest, to the body and to the conclusion part of your article. The heart could be in the middle, pwede po na siya, or at the end, depending upon the whims and style of the editorial writer. So remember that it must contain enough sparks to urge the reader to continue reading the whole article. A flat, dull, or dragging lead will readily turn readers away. Kanang dili siya catchy, that will probably be a problem now. And it does not have to follow the traditional 5 Ws and 1 H. So not necessarily like news story nga naa siya katong 5 Ws and 1 H. The editorial writer has more freedom to display his creativity than the news writer in writing off the lead. So you can use any styles you want as long as it's understandable and would benefit your article. So the opening statement must be brief. It may consist only of the news on which the editorial is based or the topic or problem to be taken up. So for example, it can be empathic statement rather, or maxim. For example, the law might be harsh, but it is the law. Okay? Also, pwede po siya striking statement about the topic, or a quotation like time is gold, or something like that. And then it could also be a narration on October, once upon a time in a faraway land, pwede na siya. An order, go out and vote, pwede na siya. Question. Or a poetic line, a prophecy, or a reaction. It could also be a mixture of facts and opinion, a news peg, or pwede po siya a shade of something. Okay, for example, you can also state a scenario like, for example, si Juan kay nag-open sa iyang laptop o nag-open sa Moodle pagtaod-taod kay 504 error, unavailable service, something like that. You can also narrate something that will catch the attention of the readers ba. Why would I read this editorial article? So that is your time to shine to get the attention of your readers. Okay, now let's go to the body. The body of your editorial article. So the body should include the editorial's basic facts, the causes and effects behind incidents, situations, illustrations, and arguments. Okay, so basically this is now where you gonna where you where you gisa your information and everything, your article, your argument, your objections or something, and your solutions to the problem that you are actually dealing with. Then, in writing the body, remember to keep an eye on the list of points you intend to discuss. So that's why you have to make an outline. Remember, in the pre-writing, you make an outline of what you're going to discuss in your article. Write without worrying whether the wording or sentences is perfect, and leave plenty of room for rewriting. So pwede ra siya kung, for example, if you are tasked to make an English article, you can write, for example, kanang sa ba tinaglish pa baka ha, or kanang a little bit of something para pod during the draft, the editing na, you can have room for improvement or rewriting. And then we now proceed to the last part of your article, which is the conclusion. So the last part drives home the final important thought or direction. And this conclusion may be in the form of advice, challenge, command, or just a rounding out or a simple summary of what you've discussed in your article. So compared to news story, the last part, not the conclusion, the last part of your article is basically kanang removable siya in a sense. But here, the last part is the most important part, because this is where now you persuade the readers to take actions on a certain issue or problem, especially when you criticize something. Okay? gets. Okay. And then writing the conclusion, if the editorial must have an impelling lead paragraph, it follows that it must also have a good ending. So one that could literally clinch the ball game. Kana bang, tada! Ano ba? Kana ang reader mismo makarealize ng usak to day tuod no? O ano ba? Dayon, what should I do then? Ano ba? The writer must remember that the most empathic positions are at the beginning and at the end of the article. And here are some of the typical last paragraph. You can use proverbs if you don't have last words to say or challenge or advice in your article. You can use quotations. You can use advice, comparisons, contrast, crusading, for example, or argument like that. You can also have formal and the standard form, like we hope it's not too late. It's about time to proper the steps. The it's about time the proper steps are taken or should be taken. And conclusion, with these improvements or in conclusion, okay, something like that. In summary, and then after writing the draft, this is the last stage. Revise your work. Add action and clarity to writing. Reread your draft carefully. Focus on sentences through parallelism and translation. Rethink, reevaluate, and rewrite. Use transitions, more sentences, add more words and phrases if necessary. Okay, dapat kanang the point is there, the topic is there. It's just that you can wala kag kuan ba, wala kag nag sales talk ana siya. Wala kag nag sales talk sa imong reader nga, uy dapat kani imong buhaton, something like that. Also, do proofreading and editing. Concentrate on the surface features of your writing. So this is now where we focus on grammar, on sentence structures rather, on clarity, and punctuation, mechanics, and spelling. For publishing, for in this case, if you are in an individual publisher or writer, you can publish it anywhere in your vlog, for example, in your blog rather, or for publishing or newspaper publishing, legit publishing, you can forward it to your editor in chief or someone who is higher than you to look over your article. Okay? Question so far? Questions. 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 Oh, by the way, guys, as a form of kaning sa tawag ni attendance, by the way, please comment down below. Please type in the chat box your complete name, like your complete name, like Jessica Bacolio, and then send it to everyone because I will be printing that after this class. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's proceed. No questions so far? None so far? None so good? Okay. All right. Let's continue. So here are the tips for you writers of the editorial article. So first and foremost, go with simple style. Okay. Avoid highfalutin words like highfalutin words kana mga lisod kay siya murag si kuan ba si panelo nga mga style. Avoid that as much as possible. Learn to develop a simple, clear, and direct variegated style of writing. Please, as much as possible, avoid complex sentences. Choose your words that will accurately describe or explain a point or issue. And then it should be that your the way you write should have a sound reasoning. Dapat dili siya warag bias or dili siya warag pinugos ng arguments and uh, and points. Okay, so support arguments with the right facts. Be logical. Logical thinking shows the writer's competence in writing. Cluttered ideas and unsubstantiated arguments shoo readers away. Kana bang maka-discourage na siya. Then be brief, exact, and concise. At least 150 to 200 words lang ang editorial article. Complex sentences and long paragraphs are wearisome and could dull the senses. See to it that every word used counts and serves its purpose. Okay, and please take note, one editorial, 1 point rule. So if you have one topic in mind, one point, saying one argument or one problem that you'd like to discuss, to criticize, to analyze, or you'd like to provide solutions with, then go with that. Do not include other kanang related topics, although it's related. Just focus on what you want to achieve in your in your editorial article. And then be specific. Use concrete facts and figures, not general ideas, terms, or statements. Hazy and broad generalizations do not impress your readers. And then after you are done with your drafting, your final editing and proofreading, here's how you can evaluate your work. We have here a checklist. When you have finished writing your editorial, check it with the following list of questions. If you can answer yes to all of them, you may be sure that you have an effective editorial. So your no answers will suggest points that needs improvement. So you should be in identifying the correct answers to this yes or no question should be objective as well. Okay, so for example of the questions, are the form and style appropriate for the content and purpose? Does it have a purpose and does it accomplish that purpose? Does it make the reader think? Does it reflect the reader's originality and ingenuity? Is the writing clear, vigorous, direct, and simple? Is the diction exact, not ambiguous? Does it use highfalutin words? Does the editorial reflects clear and logical thinking? Does it give evidence of accurate knowledge? Does it sound sincere? Does the opening sentence employ the principles used in any good sales letter? Or kana bang kanang good sales talk ba? Are the paragraphs comparatively short? Is it brief and pointed? Is the subject matter significant to the students or to the readers? Because we are going for campus journalism. Okay, make sure to ask that question. Does it matter to students like you or to your audience? Okay, does it have a real or an artificial news peg? Is it really editorial or does it sound like a news story? Does the editorial make its point without preaching? Please avoid that preaching. Kana bitang manulsul ka unsay buhaton. Kana uy dapat kani mong buhaton. What you want to aim for is for you to persuade, not preach. Persuade the readers to make an action, not tell them to do this action. Okay? And then as a last word, if a newspaper were a living thing, as I think it is, its news may be the lifeblood, the front page may be its face, but its editorials, its criticisms, and commentary are its very soul. And when the editorials are flabby, complacent, and irresponsible, then the newspaper has lost its soul and also its character. So it's very important for a news publication to have an editorial because it states the the soul or kanang it has the purpose of your of your publication. Why does it have to address an issue that is related to your selected reader, and for this instance students like you? Okay, question so far, everyone, before we proceed? Gamay na lang kaayo. Hello. Question so far. So good. None, none, none?
None, ma'am. None.
None. All right. So, this the first part, guys, of our lecture workshop is over, and we are down to the last part, which is now the workshop time. So for this workshop, the task is to write an editorial article that is related to SPC. So You can choose a specific topic of your liking. You may focus on the online class, on the administration, or on the test bakaha, Unifast, and so on, kanang scholarship grant, the graduation rights bakaha, and so on. Or you can make the topic general, like how SPC is kanang coping with the new normal in terms of, its education and providing of education to you guys. So kana siya. You can focus on any topics as long as it's related to SPC and it follows the steps, tips, and guidelines in writing an editorial article. And you can submit your article on Lecture 12 workshop output. The deadline is on or before next meeting, October 14, 2020. Questions so far?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Sundon tong 150 words, ma'am.
Not necessarily. Kung lang to siya kanang sa tawag ani at least 150 to 200 words.
Okay,
Max.
ma'am. Thank you.
Kung if you want to say something much longer kanang feeling mo daghan kay kag information to tackle, then go ahead. Charot. Sige, go. Sa paman.
Pero if dili maabot og 150, ma'am, okay ra pud, ma'am.
Okay ra siya. Okay ra siya. As long as you can give justice to your topic, to what you are trying to, argue or criticize or solve, something like that. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you again.
All right. Welcome. What else? What else? What else, guys? What else? Hello? Hello? Oh my God. Hello? Your internet connection is unstable. Hello, can you hear me? Everyone? Oh no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Nawala akong internet. Just ko Lord. Anyways, any questions so far, guys?
Ma'am, question, ma'am.
Hmm?
Ma'am, next meeting mo ba, sabog Japon mi nga section din sila?
No, karon lang. Kanilang siya nga lecture workshop. So next meeting will be back to kuan kay I realize magbalik-balik ko og discuss ko to 30, discuss po ko 4 p.m. Masin mawala akong gistorya sa 2:30, then nako gistorya sa 4, tapos wala na ako na storya sa 2:30 ana ba? So para mausa na lang siya tanan. Okay? Okay, Nams? Okay, questions pa, guys? Okay, for those who are not able to check their attendance, it will be available from 2:30 to 5:30. So please make sure to do it. Your chat here, the attendance here sa Zoom is a different additional exam attendance. Yes, Haji Sally. You have a question? Mag-install lang kung balik kong we're almost over. We're almost done. Can you still hear us? Are you still with us? Are you still with us? No? Let me see. Are you still with us, dear? Okay, wala na pangutana, guys. Hello.
Wala na.
Wala na so far. Sure
Wala
na
na,
gid
ma'am.
na.
Wala, ma'am.
Sure na
Yes,
gid
ma'am.
na.
Si Duran
Okay.
daw, ma'am, wala kasulod.
Si Duran. Okay, sige lang. I will be posting the recorded version of this virtual meeting for you to review if you'd like. And for those, especially for those who were not able to be here at this virtual meeting. Okay? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
ma'am.
okay na. Sige, thank you so much everybody for coming here today. And please make sure to do the task, the workshop as soon as possible para dili siya maabtan pagka next meeting na po because we will have another lecture So ditso na ni siya para dili ta malangay, di ta maabtag Pasko, no? So thank you so much everybody. Tinuod. Thank you so much everybody for coming here today. I really do appreciate it. Please do take care. Always be positive in life. Ayaw lang jud sa COVID, guys. Please take care. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
God bless, ma'am.
God
Sige.
bless.
Bye, ma'am.